Hey, what's up, everybody? Back here with today's Spy Hunter recap. Today we had two signals, and I'm going to walk through those today and show how each performed and what take profits hit and whether the signal is valid, what kind of day it was, etc., etc. So, start off today, a rough open, right? We avoided all of this mess, which would have been a total disaster, right? We get a nice jump here at the start of the day from 668 to almost 670, and then immediately it just nosedives from 669.45 all the way down to 664. I mean, we rarely ever see that. Then it jumps right back up from 664.95 to 667, then to 668, right back up to open. Then it goes down again, almost over $3. Then it goes back up again. So in the first 30 minutes of the day was probably pretty painful for a lot of people if you were on either side of that trade, right? Looked like it was going to start out bullish, then it went bearish extremely quick, then it went back to bullish, then bearish, then back to bullish, and just I don't know how you trade that unless you know what system that is. I'd love to know, because I would love to catch those $3-5 moves. Would be awesome. You know, you make a lot of money there, but also you can lose it really quick too. So we avoided that to start out the day. And the reasons we avoided that is our oscillator. Our EMA distance oscillator was giving us gray, right? Gray, 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 which means that the distance between both the 14 and 50 EMA was less than 10, and so we didn't want to get into that. So we had to be patient. We had to wait a little bit today, but we had two trades and they both turned out positive. So the first trade we get of the day was right here. You can see the oscillator finally gets into the orange and looks like we've chosen a direction. So this is at 10:35 when this candle closes. It prints us a bullish signal. And the close of that candle was at 670.70. So we were looking for a 671 call. And we got in on that. 671 call at that time was 109 per contract. 109 was our entry price. And so we're looking for 25% take profit, which would have been 136. We're looking at 50% profit at 164, double profit at 218, and then the strat exit, we'll get to that as well. So you can see a nice move upwards, right? I might have to fix this on the indicator. You can't see that, but this is where the condition breaks. This is kind of our last stop of, all right, if you're still in the trade, this is our strat exit. You want to get out because the conditions, something's broken. And it looks like the oscillator's still good and the EMAs are still good. So it must have been the MACD must have crossed right here on this candle. So we would have at very latest got out at 12:01 or 12 p.m. Central Time is when this candle would have closed. So let's go ahead and take a look. So it looks like that candle at that close, that option was worth 265. So that's profitable. It looks like the highest that reached during that period was, 455. So as you can see, every profit level we set hit. So if you're like me and you like to take the base hits, 136 hit, 164 for 50% profit hit, and double profit hit 218. So easily you could have made a lot of money off of this trade, especially if you hit the peak, which was at 455 per contract. So anyway, the profit there for those, $27 per contract for the 25%, $55 per contract for the 50%, $109 obviously for the 2 times profit, and the strat exit netted $156 per contract. Not bad for any size account that you have. Trade one contract, that's good profit. They just multiply it by how many ever contracts you're buying, and that's what you would have netted. So then Again, our second one here is late in the day. So you can kind of see, right, when these conditions break, we're just chopping sideways. We go down a little bit. We touch the 50 EMA and bounce back up. So this would have printed at 2:15. This candle would have closed with a bullish signal. You can kind of see that the oscillator's showing a downtrend, right? So, and it's late in the day, which is another scary thing. This late in the day, I don't like to do 0 DTE. So I'll go for the next day. So it looks like this candle closed at 674.38. So we would have been looking for a 675 dated for 11/26, which it looks like at that time those are worth $150 per contract. So our take profit levels at 25% gain would have been 188. At 50% gain would have been 225, and at 100% gain would have been 300. And then I'll tell you what the strat exit would have, if you would have held it all the way to here, at 305. Looks like that was worth 189, so you're still netting a profit there, but looks like the peak of this candle, or sorry, of this contract, got all the way up to $253 is the top it hit. So that would have almost cleared all of our profit levels except for the 100% profit. So we would have gotten 188 would have hit, 225 would have hit, the 100% profit did not hit. So if you're moving your stops, I mean, the worst case scenario there, you get 225, or very worst case scenario, you get 189, which is where the strategy tells you that the conditions are no longer met. Which again, it looks like it was a MACD cross right here that got us out of this trade. So that's it for today. Net profit per contract for the day, $65 at the 25%, $130 for the 50%, $148 for the 100% profit, and the strategy exit $195 per contract. So not a bad day. The key to today was avoiding that first half hour, which was probably blew up a lot of accounts. All right, so if you want these signals on your chart, the links are below in the description. Obviously, I'd appreciate a like and subscription for the daily recaps. I'll be doing these daily now. And we'll see you tomorrow.